The Holocaust and the slave trade are two heartbreaking periods of history. We look back now and say, how did that happen? But we need to remember that each was embedded in a culture that categorized a whole group of people as not quite human. And that kind of reasoning exists today with abortion.
In the womb, our law says it's not a child, it's a choice. Not quite human. And our civilized society needs that distinction in order to be able to say, this child has no rights of its own.
But even if we see parallels in history, we have to be very careful. Because if we just condemn the woman who chooses abortion, we change nothing. The most effective way we as a church can intervene is through profound compassion.
It's very common for a woman to see abortion as an act of self-defense because she feels her own life, as she knows it, will end if she gives birth.
She's scared. She's scared she'll lose everything she's worked for, everything she values, including people she loves. She can't see past her own circumstances, and she may have very little support to choose life. Most women who choose abortion see no other way.
Compassion is the key. And it's important to remember that the slave trade and the Holocaust also had in common a thriving Underground Railroad.
A network of ordinary people who became extraordinary.
Not just because of what they believed, but because of what they were willing to do because of what they believed.
They realized that outrage wasn't enough. Their compassion required them to act, and they were willing to stand up even if it meant standing out. And they got involved.
And isn't that what the church is really about? I mean, read James 2:14.
You can't just say a theological "go in peace" to someone who's suffering.
You have to provide the practical help they need.
And that's what Life Services does for women facing a crisis pregnancy.
Life Services has pregnancy clinics, a maternity home, and aftercare network of churches who come alongside these women and mentor them, giving them the support that allows them to choose life for their babies and abundant life for themselves.
It's easy to look at someone like Wilberforce or Bonhoeffer and say, well, they were saints. Okay, but when it comes right down to it, they were just men who hated the darkness so much that they were willing to risk everything to become a light.
And I guess I'm asking, why can't that be you? Why can't it be me?
The question for their age is still the question for this one. Lord, what would you have me do?
I support Life Services. We support Life Services as a congregation because together we're saving lives, restoring hope, rebuilding futures.